Approximately 20,000 people get killed in landmine accidents each year. Most of these are civilians, women, children, and elderly. Unfortunately, 2 million are being planted in the ground each year. Hi, I'm Quoc Huynh, and I'm a computer science student at the University of Baylor, and I have a keen interest in software engineering.
Hi, I'm Paul Loftness. I am also a computer science student at Baylor University, and I'm interested in public sector computing.
And we are team
SysWOW64.
About a month ago, our client approached us to modify the classic Windows Minesweeper game.
As we looked at this opportunity, we realized that we had an important chance to really raise awareness about the real-world problems caused by landmines. And interestingly, video games have a huge potential to shape people's emotions. A recent study by Mizzou and Shaw actually talked about how video games, which constantly save a user's progress so that they don't lose their work, produce, quote-unquote, a ballooning sense of power and control, well, end quote, because the user cannot experience catastrophic loss.
So we decided to take an opposite approach. We decided to make the user feel a sense of hopelessness whenever they play the game, similar to how people in landmine-affected areas feel each day. So before we made modifications, we had to go about reverse engineering the game itself. We used tools such as Ollie Debugger and IDA Pro, and within these tools, we first looked where memory was being accessed and modified. And next, we found the data structure where mines and numbers were being stored. And then finally, we put breakpoints at each of the mines, so whenever we clicked a mine, it would take us to the function where the game would end.
So once we knew where to modify the game, we still had to set about triggering an actual shutdown. As we thought about the need to build awareness, we realized that we would need a copy of the game that was robust and portable and would work on every modern version of Windows. Unfortunately, we had to try 3 different approaches to system shutdowns before we found one that worked well. First, we tried to shut down the system using what's called a triple fault. Some older processors will automatically shut down after repeated errors. However, this is not a universal behavior, so we couldn't use it. Secondly, we also looked into the Advanced Power Management Interface, or APM. And this interface calls the system's BIOS to trigger a shutdown. However, this functionality has been deprecated and removed in newer versions of Windows for security reasons. So once again, it wasn't a portable and robust approach. Lastly, it's still possible to shut down a computer by directly calling the shutdown function by address in the Windows kernel. However, this address changes with every new version of Windows and with every new service pack that is issued by Microsoft. So it wasn't feasible or universal.
So to maximize portability, we took advantage of the Windows Dynamic Library. We used a tool called Explorer Suite to insert the shutdown function into the game's import address table. So once the game executed, the function's memory address would be imported into the game's table. Once we had the memory address, we first took the function where the mines were all being drawn, and then we hooked that onto the front of our function. So whenever the user clicked the mine tile, the mines would first all be drawn, and then the system would be powered down. We decided to insert this function at the end of the file to allow for future modifications.
Yeah, we wanted to leave enough space to make it easy for future programmers to do so. And now we'd like to show you some video gameplay.
Let's start with Windows 7. Close anything you don't want to lose, click the game and start playing. But remember, clicking a bomb will shut down your session.
Now for Windows 8. No mine here, and there is a mine.
Let's try our luck on Windows 10. Time to start the game. Not here. Oh, at least my browsing history got erased.
Please consider donating to the United Nations Mine Action Services.
And remember,
tread carefully.